Morning, everyone. Today we'll be discussing how Carter can improve their data quality and governance, a joint effort between the Virginia Tech MSBA-BA program and Carter Machinery. First, to introduce the team. My name is Mitchell Keeney. I'm a spring 23 graduate from the Virginia Tech Pamplin College of Business, and I will be pursuing data analytics roles in the Northern Virginia area after graduation. I'm also the team lead for this effort. I'll let the rest of the team introduce themselves briefly.
Hi, my name is Jian Lee, and I finished my undergrad study in business and communication at South Korea. And then before I joined this program, I worked as a financial brand marketer for 6 years.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Emily McCorkle. I have a bachelor's degree in marketing from Virginia Tech, and I currently serve as the Director of Undergraduate Analytics and Student Engagement within the College of Business.
Hello, I'm Ethan Mills. I graduated in the spring of 2023 with my finance degree from Virginia Tech. After graduation, I will be doing data analyst role.
The team would like to give a huge thank you to everyone involved in the process, to Ms. Chrissy Clark, Data Quality Program Manager, to Ms. Jennifer Avens, the Director of the Center for Business Analytics, and to Ms. Dr. Michelle Surratt, our Faculty Advisor. This effort would not be possible without you all, and the team truly thanks you. Carter Machinery is a heavy equipment dealer and the authorized Caterpillar dealer for Virginia, Maryland, DC, Delaware, and West Virginia. They specialize in heavy machinery and construction equipment. To give some project context, CAT is requiring all dealers to move towards a data-driven business strategy through the implementation of the Digital Excellence Program. Carter has already taken steps to address this, such as the implementation of data quality champions in each department to monitor CAT data quality conformance, and recognizes the need for standard operating procedures to standardize the customer information input process. This effort will be focused in the dealer trifecta portion of the Digital Excellence Program. It is important to note that the metrics that we evaluated as a team are more in-depth than trifecta, as Carter is trying to get ahead of the curve on any future updates to trifecta. For example, the phone number shown on the screen would be correct by trifecta standards, however incorrect by what we call Carter standards because of the parentheses at the front of the phone number. Now for further motivations, I'll turn it over to Jane.
Thanks, Mitch. Now I'd like to share about the challenges when it comes to data quality that Carter Machinery encountered. Carter Machinery has more than 30 locations in its business area, and most of their customers are small businesses. And these kind of results in frequent changes in customer data and also inconsistent entry. Of course, they have their data management system for each department, but they were developed independently and have different functions, which kind of data management is tricky. So our key question of this project is, despite all of these challenges, how can Carter Machinery implement data quality standards company-wide? So our team established two main objectives. The first one is by establishing standard operating procedure, we can determine what is the ideal data entry should look like and how we manage them. Also, by developing data quality metrics, which numerically measures current data quality, Carter Machinery could measure the current data quality. And with the dashboard, Carter Machinery also monitor their data quality on demand. And about our analysis, we first did benchmark research about how data quality management improve businesses. And we interviewed data quality champions of Carter Machinery who are specific with data management and data collecting processes. And also we visited 4 locations of Carter Machinery, including Salem headquarters, to meet sales representatives who meet customers every day. And now for the data quality exploration, I would like to turn it over to Mitch again.
Thank you, Jane. So as we dive a little deeper into the data quality exploration, the team developed an Excel Visual Basic for application code to determine non-conformance of previously mentioned Carter metrics. Now, for confidentiality reasons, the actual results of the analysis are hidden. However, the inputs analyzed were street address, state, zip code, phone number, and industry code. These insights, This analysis is also what we use to determine our insights, which Emily will now discuss further.
Thanks, Mitch. So to just highlight what our team has been working on over the last, I guess, 9 months now, through our benchmarking research, we found that the most successful companies utilized a parent customer number to really gather all of the customer information. This decreased the likelihood of duplicates, but also increased the customer loyalty and satisfaction. In addition, when we were looking through data entry standards across industries, we found that very specific and explicit instructions for data entry reduced the number of duplicates, but also minimized confusion with data entry. Through our many conversations with our data quality champions, we found that Carter Machinery currently has existing standard works, but they vary across departments and across teams. Carter Machinery is also using a number of systems throughout their organization, and so the training and the onboarding also varied across the teams. Through the data quality exploration that Mitch just shared, CAT is measuring Carter Machinery on DEP metrics, and Carter is doing a phenomenal job. But as he mentioned, they want to go above and beyond and be proactive about creating those standard operating procedures. And so there's tremendous opportunity within phone numbers and with addresses, specifically around the formatting that we address in our recommendations. I'm going to now turn it over to Ethan to talk about why this is so critical for Carter's business moving forward.
Thank you, Emily. I would like to talk about the return on impact. First, looking at the key actions for success, and we'll look at the benefits for the customer and the dealer. The first step of the key action is prepare as the dealer and the customer sit down and figure out the problem at hand, which will help optimize the resources. Next, we'll look at the execution stage where the dealer will review the elements to help the customer minimize risk and avoid surprises. And then next, the dealer will do the following up stage to create a good line of communication between the dealer and the customer in case the customer needs to reach out. Next, I would like to talk about the return on impact, where we're looking at monetary value, initial cost, and benefits. First, monetary value, we look at improved data quality and enhanced data accuracy. Here, we want to have the data entries conform to a standard where a bad data entry could cost Carter money and any future analysis they plan on running in the future. Next, we'll look at the initial costs where they have to invest into the technology to meet these conformance standards and the user training. Next, we'll look at the benefits where we look at data entry and validation and increased job satisfaction, where Caterpillar has a ranking system at the end of the year. Every 2 years, they switch it. This is for the 2024-2025 year. The rankings, the higher up you are, the more benefits that they give to the dealer, Carter. I'd like to give it back to Emily for recommendations.
Thanks, Ethan. So our team has shared with you the research and the context and the benefits of our project. So now how can we help Carter Machinery take this to the next level and move towards a company-wide data quality process? So the first step for our team was to create an overall data entry standard. This was very specific and explicit, as we found in our research, very specific regarding the formatting, dashes in the phone numbers, specific around spaces and special characters in data entry, but also aligning address data entry to the USPS standards, again, to remove any duplicates and minimize any confusion. From there, our team expanded and enhanced a lot of the system instructions that were currently in place, again, to align with the data entry standards that we created. Our recommendations for Carter were to continue doing this with the other instructions that they have for the many other systems that they have in place. Carter is actually moving towards a new ERP system in 2025. So as they're developing that, we strongly recommended that they create an overall data entry standard, again, with very specific and explicit instructions so that everything aligns with the overall data entry standards. The next objective of our team was to create a data quality monitoring tool. So this is an example of a dashboard that our team created in partnership with Carter. Our recommendation is that Carter add a filtering option so that it filters between departments and locations so that they can constantly monitor opportunities for growth and enhancement within those separate divisions. So how can Carter really move towards a company-wide culture of data excellence? It requires all of the things that you see here, but I'd like to point out the monthly check-ins. In order for the company-wide culture to be towards data excellence, it requires data quality to be top of mind, but it also requires a collective ownership and a collective buy-in of quality, excellence, and innovation.
Over the last 9 months, the team has learned a ton, not only about inner teamwork, but also about how to be effective consultants. And so I'd like to share a few of the lessons that we've learned with you all today. First is be open. You might never know what you're gonna get yourself into or never have experienced it before, but it's always good to have an open mind, go into it thinking you're gonna do well. Second is ask questions. It's okay not to know the answer to everything. In fact, that's kind of why you're there, is because they don't even know. Third is be kind and be welcoming to all of your cohort mates. It's something that, teamwork and the lessons we can all share with each other is something that we can all carry on for the rest of our lives. So with that, thank you guys so much, and we'll take any questions.
What was the biggest value add for Carter?
Like I mentioned earlier, the ranking system, it's actually a medal category. And they do the rankings based on a calculated rankings that we're not allowed to say, but it's based off gold, silver, and bronze. And we really can't mention the benefits that are listed, but the higher up you are, so obviously gold, the more benefits you are able to seize and take advantage of, which will ultimately help them stay competitive in the region by retaining the loyal customers and gaining new ones.
How are these data champions selected? What was the criteria to become data champions?
Yeah, so it was selected by our sponsor, and she had an idea of who she kind of wanted to be involved as a data quality champion. And kind of the selection criteria for it was to be well-versed in like data quality, to understand the importance of the data quality effort that they're undergoing right now and have been for a little bit now. And really just being able to be an effective communicator to the rest of their team to get the buy-in.
Did you find that those champions were also decision makers as well?
Some yes, some no. They were mainly department managers. And so take that as you will for their respective departments. They were decision makers, but they overall gave input to higher ups that were overall decision makers for the company.
So I would call this a squishy project.
Yes.
Right? No real defined, you couldn't see what it was that they needed on the front end. So I'd be curious to hear your perspective, how you got your hands around this, and then how, was there a model you used? What was it that got to the final recommendation?
Mike, if you'll define squishy project for those that are not familiar.
I just did.
In a better way. So to answer that question, yes. So this is one of the softer, squishier projects. Really, our team spent a lot of time just having those conversations with our capstone sponsors. So what is it that you really want? What is the value added at the end of this project? And so again, lots of conversations. Really, the primary objective was to find out what are the pain points and how can we solve those pain points. As we mentioned, Carter is doing a great job already in the measurements that they're being, in the metrics that they're being measured, but they want to do a better job. I think John Batesel mentioned that he wants to reach that platinum. So how can we take Carter from good to better? And so again, finding the pain points, how can we make Carter's life easier? How can we make it more efficient and effective in a way that solves problems that they don't even know?
Well, when Drew came onto this company, and he made it very clear that this is not only a Caterpillar dealership, but it's a data company.
Yep. Does that answer your question?
Yes, ma'am.
when you guys created your SOPs, was it garbage in, garbage out, the data quality coming in? Did you establish like a stick and a carrot for people?
Yes, so we'd scoured the internet for lots of different data quality standards. So we did industries that are similar industries, but then with my role being in higher education, our model is very critical when it comes to data entry. And so
In the corner? They done-
yes, so looking at how specific do we have to get? And a lot of our work was in formatting, so we'd have to say, okay, when you're entering a phone number, it's XXX dash XXX, so very, very detailed. You know, we found through the data quality exploration that we did, a lot of the data, according to CAT DEP metrics, was great. They were doing fine. But when it came to formatting, our sponsor said we need to identify the formats that don't align with what we want to do. And then the next phase for them is to completely do a rehaul and do the data cleaning. Does that answer your question?
Yeah, I just wondered how they were getting people to commit to making sure the data is correct.
Very specific and explicit instructions.
Any other questions?